If it ain't about love, it ain't about nothing.
Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to the United, where the universe is the teacher and we are the students. I created the United to help bring balance back to the world, because if you know thyself, everything in life becomes much easier. Today, I have my first guest. Her name is Miss Shelbie Moore, the creator of Shelbie Moore Cardology. So, how are you today?
I'm good.
One of the things that has made my life easier is spiritual study. So, astrology, numerology. And I had recently started getting into Cardology. And I came across her page and I was just blown away because she has a lot of dope content. So Miss Shelbie, what is Cardology?
Cardology is the ancient and mystical and scientific study of the playing cards. It is understanding that each person has a destiny set for them. They can live that destiny in different ways, but each person has a set of strengths, weaknesses, attributes that are helping them to make the world run how it's supposed to run. Everybody is their own person.
Yeah.
And with Cardology, you can learn about the present, you can learn about the past, you can learn about the future, and you can learn about yourself. It is all interwoven. Cardology is spirituality. And spirituality is all about connection. Connection to your community, connection to yourself, and connection to God. You may call him whatever you call him. My family taught me God. I'm going to say God. Some people say source. Some people say universe. Some people say, give me another one. Give me another one. Source, universe.
I think that's about all I know of, at least.
The big energy. The creator.
Yeah.
The creator.
Yes.
The creator. I've heard the creator. So however you refer to that energy is present.
Yes.
But most people think, oh, it's our connection to God. No, that's a part of it. It's our connection to ourselves. And Cardology is a fantastic tool to truly understand yourself, to learn about the bits and pieces that make you, you. Why did you have that trauma? Why did you have that breakup? Why did you lose that job? What were you supposed to learn? It is a helpful added tool for assessing and understanding and accepting your life so that you can really find happiness, you can really find joy.
What is really like the difference, or is there a difference between the tarot or astrology, numerology? Like what makes up Cardology?
I love Cardology. First of all, Cardology is one of the OGs.
Okay.
Cardology was one of the first ones, but Cardology can't exist without astrology. In Cardology, you know about your birth card, your planetary ruler card, but you also have a Mercury card, a Venus card, a Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, Pluto result, cosmic lesson. All of these, Karma 1, Karma 2, all of these different cards have planetary influence in them. Most of them do. Most of those cards have planetary influences in them. If we don't understand the planets, if we don't understand the energy of the planets, we don't understand the energy of these cards, of these different phases that come into our life, of these different attributes that make us who we are.
What I want to do is let the world know what Cardology is and how it has impacted my life. So for me, I've always kind of known that this thing we call life is kind of a script. But Cardology was my way to prove it, if you will.
Hey.
Right? So
okay.
How did you get into Cardology?
I was called to it. Let me explain.
Okay.
When I was younger, I used to pretend to do tarot readings, but I was using playing cards. And for those who don't know, playing cards are the original tarot system. The 5 of Cups.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but that's interesting. No, I've never heard that before. So you was playing cards.
I was playing cards. Yeah. It was me and my sisters.
Yeah.
And it was a whole setup, bro. Like, no one taught me this, but this is a very vivid memory. We lived in the Ponds apartment townhouse complex in Taylor, Michigan.
Yeah.
And I had to have been about 9 years old.
Yeah.
And I am laying out candy on the ground for ancestors. I kid you not. And I am doing a card reading with my sister using playing cards.
Yes.
And my mom saw it. I love her, before y'all say anything else. My mom saw it, and she's like, yeah, we're going to stop this. I don't know what this is. And then when I got older, I got introduced to cardology from a very wonderful friend, a very good teacher, Sakepra Kinsu. And he's been my teacher for a long time.
Okay.
He's been my coach for a long time in it. And when he introduced me to it, I was like, this is what I needed. This makes so much sense. This connects the dots. So I hyperfixated. I started studying hard. I was like, I gotta know it. I gotta understand it. I don't even look at people by their names anymore. I look at them by their cards because it really does help me understand who they are.
Okay.
And having that highlight, having that light shine through, it's so peaceful for me to give people clarity that they would not have found without this specific system. I love astrologers. I love tarot readers. I love numerologists. Throw bones. Read oracle cards. Look at angel numbers. I don't care. I love the chosen ones. I truly do.
Yes.
But cardology is my bae.
Okay.
That's my baby.
So, what is the biggest lesson that you've learned, like with cardology? What is it taught you the most?
There's a time and place for everything. Yeah. There's a reason for your pain is actually the better one. The time and place is absolutely accurate for the fortune-telling system of cardology. But the reason for your pain, there are certain cards designed to challenge you. There are certain cards to put you through pain so that God can bring you through it.
So now that you've told us about the ancient science of cardology, what else is there? I know there are a lot of other things for one to learn about cardology, but give us a basis of cardology. Like, where does one start?
Where do you start? You start with you. You always start with yourself. Cardology is a spiritual study. Spirituality is all about the connection to God, the connection to the people around you, and the connection to self. Because we are all one. We are one web of people. Everybody is connected to a different person, place, or thing. Who are you? What day were you born? What is your birth card? What are the other cards surrounding you? But let's start with the birth card. Everybody who has a birthday, everything that has a birthday has a birth card. It's like taking your zodiac sign and zooming into a specific day. Because you've met other Cancers, and y'all are not all the same.
Yes, I am a Cancer. That's what she's referring to. I'm a Cancer. So, okay, let's use me for an example. I was born on July 3rd, and I am a Queen of Diamonds. So now that I know what my birth date is, now what do I do? How do I find the rest of my cards?
You go to my website, but in addition to that, there is a chart. There's this chart. There is a formula, but there's also a chart. The chart's easier. It's 2023. Let's make it simple.
Okay.
There is a chart that you can look at, and we'll have it linked somewhere below, where you can look at the month you were born and the day you were born. And you just zoom in and you find your birthday.
Does the year matter?
Not for finding your birth card.
Okay.
Not for finding your birth card.
When does the year matter?
The year matters when it's time to look at the fortune-telling aspect of cardology.
So I have a birth card.
Yes.
What else changes about? So I have my birth card and I have a spread, if you will. All right.
Yeah.
So does that stay the same? Like, does it change year to year? Like, how does that work?
Nope, you have a set of cards that follow you for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Just like when you think about astrology is more well known than cardology.
Yes.
Cardology is really just now gaining a lot more traction. There are tons of people, Robert Camp, Fatima Dantas, Aquarius Maximus, Sakepra Kinsu, Ma'at. There are tons of people out here teaching about cardology, but it still doesn't have the widest range as astrology. Now, for the record, Cardology don't exist without astrology.
Yes.
Number 1, 2, and 3. And number 4, it is so important to understand what makes you you. So when you look at your astrology natal chart, oh, my Mercury is in this, my moon is in this, my sun is in this. Same thing with the cards. Except the cool thing about the cards is it's basic and it's simple. There's no real degrees. You have a 0-degree Pisces, you have this, but when you really look at what that card represents and the planetary lines it sits on, it's so simple.
One of the things that I loved about Cardology, I'm into astrology, I'm into numerology. So when I got to Cardology, I'm like, oh, it's like the combination of both of those things. For anyone who wants to get into Cardology, because it's a lot. It's a lot once you get started, but it becomes easier. The foundation for me that helped me the most was, number 1, numerology. Numbers, no matter what subject or where you move in and out of, the numbers have a certain energy that goes.
Yes.
Right. So numerology and knowing the planets and the energy that comes along with those planets. Those are the 2 building blocks that was great for me to know more about Cardology. So talk to me about the year to year. Like, okay, now that we have the life spread, so you have a life spread of how many cards? 13 cards?
13 to 15, Scorpio versus Leo. You know, Scorpio ruled by 2 planets. It makes it longer, but yeah, about 13 to 15 cards.
Okay, so talk to me about the year to year. How does that work in terms of the fortune telling part of Cardology? Because let's face it, we want more of a description when it comes down to life's events. We can't say, hey, next week on this day, this is going to happen, but we can get kind of a general overview of what our life looks like. So talk to me about the day-to-day of Cardology.
Okay, so there's 2 different sides of Cardology that I like to say. There's the personality assessment side and there's the fortune telling side. There's a side where you look at your cards that make up your personality makeup and you understand your attributes, your strengths, your weaknesses, your challenges, what you do for work, how you act in your love life, how your mind works. And then you look at the fortune telling aspect of Cardology, which is understanding that from your birthday until the day before your birthday, you got 365 days. And those 365 days are broken into 7 planetary spreads: Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Yes.
So, yeah, so. So, though each one of those phases plays a part in the energy that is going to be present for your entire personal year. Where the cards come into play is based on different equations. You have a certain set of cards in each phase. My Mercury phase has 4 cards. My Venus phase has 4 cards. My Jupiter phase has 4 cards. Each one of those phases has that collection of cards. You combine your birth card with your planetary phase and the cards surrounding your phase. That is a beautiful combination of understanding and acceptance. It makes the pain bearable. It makes it make sense so that you can understand what is supposed to come out after it. You can make preparations so you could avoid possibly a lawsuit. You could prepare for a baby.
Yeah.
You can avoid a messy relationship. Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
I'm sorry, what?
I know that got some of y'all attention because, okay. So,
Y'all love y'all some Venus.
career.
Got other stuff to do.
So career and love life. Okay.
Yeah, those are the big ones. Those are the big ones.
Okay,
let me get my money. Let me get my heart.
Okay, let's use me for an example.
All right. Hi, Ray.
In terms of personality, I am a queen of diamonds.
Yes.
In the Cardology. So tell me, what does that look like as far as a personality? What attributes will I display over the course of my lifetime by me representing this Queen of Diamond birth card.
Hey, no problem. So
Okay.
let's break it down.
Okay.
Simply, Queen and diamonds.
Okay.
Queens are the ultimate creators. They are divine feminine energy, and feminine energy is creative energy. Look what you do. Look what you do. You create all day. You create all day.
Okay.
And you find on top of that the disrespect. So you out here creating all day, number one.
Okay.
The queen energy is also I like to say, the divine judge. The divine judge.
What does that mean?
Because the kings are the divine teachers, the divine leaders, but we're the divine judges. We help people understand the difference between right and wrong. I got some Queen of Diamond in me too. We talk about that later though.
Okay.
So now we have the diamonds.
Okay.
The diamonds represent values. The diamonds represent wealth. They represent the phase of adulthood. They represent money. They represent wealth. They represent our resources. You create resources. You find resources. You are abundant with resources. That's why the Queen of Diamonds is one of the major cards of philanthropy. You got so much. You just creating and you giving it away. And that's a beautiful thing. That is a wonderful thing to do. And it's a part of your purpose. There are going to be other people who create and their job is to sell it, like the Five of Diamonds. But the Queen of Diamonds?
Okay, so
Abundantly.
this is great. However, we know that there's duality in everything. So what is the flip side of being a Queen of Diamonds?
What do you mean? What flip side? They're perfect.
What is the flip side? Because it's
Nothing.
positive, negative, and however you choose to look at it. But give me like the flip side or the.
So here's an example. Every card.
I need to brace myself.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So the Queen of Diamonds.
Yes.
There is a lighter side and a darker side. And just like Moana taught us, with Tafiti and Taka, they each serve their purpose. They each have their place. Okay? So the Queen of Diamonds is a master of creation, creating resources for abundance for ourselves to enjoy and for others to enjoy. But the Queen of Diamonds, who is not yet tapped into their creative energy, shopaholics and spenders. Hit home, didn't it? Sorry. Not sorry. So until they really learn how to create abundantly, they're going to be trying to attract abundantly, spend more than they need to. We create by thought.
Yes.
We create by vibration. The Queen of Diamonds. Other people can too, but the Queen of Diamonds for this particular conversation, we create by thought, we create by vibration.
Okay, so you've given me a brief, synopsis of the Queen of Diamonds. Talk to me about the diamond suit as a whole. The
diamond suit as a whole, well, we can't talk about one without the others.
Absolutely, we'll follow up with the others. But give me like the different attributes or characteristics of a particular suit.
The diamond suit.
Okay.
The diamonds represent the phase of adulthood. We real grown. I'm a 6 of diamonds, Queen of Diamonds. My birth card is 6 diamonds. My planetary ruler card is a Queen of Diamonds. So we real grown out here.
Okay.
We think we know everything. We want to help other people grow up. That's really a goal that we have. We're like, you down there, we need you to level up. It's time to level up. We see the value in things. We focus on the value of something.
Yeah.
Most of us diamonds probably focus on the monetary value of something because we don't know no better.
Yeah.
We're still evolving, we're still growing. So then we start to focus on the moral values, the spiritual values of things. Diamonds like to be pretty. Look at us. Fine, just out here for no reason. Just out here. We like to be pretty. We love praise. We like to be told that we're pretty.
Yeah.
We like to be appreciated. We like to be respected. We like to be honored. The diamond represents value.
Okay. Talk to me about the clubs.
The clubs, it's actually very interesting. They were thinking next. The clubs are like the teenagers. The clubs represent knowledge. They represent communication. They represent the mind. You ever met a teenager?
Yes.
They'll be quiet.
Yes.
Well, they don't be quiet.
Yeah.
They know everything, right?
Yeah.
And they are
the mind.
They're the mind. They're the sponge of knowledge.
Yeah.
They read it. Diamonds more so just walk around. They're like, huh, I know that. But going to anybody who's a club, going to their house, they got bookshelves. Books everywhere. Books everywhere.
Yes.
Diamonds are very similar because we value things. But for us, we're picking up leather-bound, first editions, out-of-print books. The clubs are collecting, I need all of the knowledge. And then I need to make an executive decision based on all of this knowledge.
Communicators.
Yes.
Communicators.
Yes.
Yeah.
Communicating through the written word, the spoken word. Clubs are some of the best writers you're ever going to meet.
Okay. So talk to me about the hearts.
The babies. They're the babies. We love the hearts. But most people's birth card in the world is either going to be a club or a diamond.
Why is it?
That's just the way the quadratic equation is set up. It's just kind of how it happened.
Interesting. Okay.
Kind of how it happened.
Okay.
So there are going to be more clubs and diamonds in the world.
Okay.
Just like there are more teenagers and adults in the world.
Okay.
Some people don't make it past baby. Some people don't make it to elder, which would be the spade.
Talk to me about the spades. Talk to me about
So I wasn't know the heart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The babies.
I'm jumping the gun.
The babies.
Okay.
So
Okay.
the babies, the hearts are the youngest suit. There's a beauty in that. The hearts are most tapped in and tuned in into their emotions. You got to feel it to heal it. The hearts teach us how to feel. And a lot of us, when we get to club or we get to diamond, we don't prioritize feeling as much as logic and value and wealth and information and communication. We kind of forget about feelings. So when a heart comes up and they're like, I got all these feelings, it's like a baby crying. And then we have the spades, which are the elders, the wise ones, the workaholics, the ones who value labor, but also wisdom. The reason they value labor is because a spade knows that I learn through experience. I learn by doing. I got a friend who's 5 of spade. He don't sit down. What do you sit down for? You can't learn anything sitting down because he's a 5 of spade. He's a 5, which represents change and movement and exploration. And then there's a spade, which means I learn with wisdom. And we only gain wisdom through experiences. So he is off.
So now that you're kind of giving a brief description of the different suits, right? Talk to me about how in your spread you can have a collection of all those different suits in your spread, your life spread.
Well, you have, let's just go down the gambit. You have your moon card. Just like looking at your astrological chart. Moon card, birth card or your sun card. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Pluto result, cosmic lesson. Karma 1 and Karma 2. Those are the primary ones that I focus on. Okay. So each one of those cards, they're not all going to be diamonds. Could you imagine? They're not all going to be clubs. They're not all going to be spades. They're not all going to be hearts. Each one, you go down the gamut. Like I'm a 6 of diamonds. My moon card is an 8 of club. My Mercury card is a 4 spade. My Venus card is a 10 of heart. My Mars card is a 10 of diamonds. We each have the deck inside of us. I'm going to say it again. We all have the deck inside of us.
So I dare to say that in terms of cardology, it's the story of you.
Yes.
And everybody is you.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I ain't mad at that at all. What is something, by you being a teacher, what is your goal to show people using the cardology system?
Themselves. Get to know yourself.
Yeah.
We're in this generation where we see somebody on social media and they say something inspirational, and then we're like, I could be inspirational, and then we create all these inspirational videos.
Yes.
I was that person. I was that person. And it wasn't until I took a break from TikTok, from Instagram, from Facebook, and I was like, okay, who am I? And I really got to know myself. And that was the journey of spirituality, my connection to myself, my people, and God. Everything has its place. Everything has its purpose. So understanding that connection of who you are and what your gifts are. I was talking to my father this morning. We were having coffee and tea this morning. And we were chatting, and I was very frustrated about something involving a child. And my father was like, I've never seen you anyone handle children the way you do. That is your gift from God. He's like, I've never seen anything like it. And it warmed my heart. Because my father will carry a Bible around with him wherever he go. But he warmed my heart because he saw me for my gifts.
Yeah. So, if someone was to come and get a Cardology reading from you, what should they expect?
Clarity and transformation and pain. I have to warn y'all up front about that because people be shocked when they get a reading with me and I try to change their life. But I want you to look around us. What do you see?
Nature.
Nature.
I call this, whenever I'm out in nature, like this is the Most High studio.
The tree. One seed. One seed grew into this over a matter of time.
Yes.
That seed, and most people don't think about this because they think about plant as it's just a plant. Plants have their own little nervous system inside them.
Yeah.
So that seed had to break open and out sprouted. It started sprouting roots.
Yeah.
And then a stem, and then the bark, and then the height, and then the leaves. You thought that didn't hurt? That hurt. But it kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Nature is our first teacher. We have to push through the pain. But you know what the tree never did? Doubted God. The tree knew there'd be sun every day. It knew it'd be rain when it needed it.
Yeah.
In every drought, there's like rain must be coming in abundance.
Yeah, I look at nature as like a reminder of what is.
Yes.
Sometimes as humans, we can get off track. But like nature is a reminder like, hey, remember.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of, spending time in nature. And as I learn more about Cardology, I'm like, oh, this is not random. It's not random. What is something that you want to leave with the people before we leave?
A guide. A simple guide to understanding yourself and the child within you. My father said I had a gift with children, and I know that. I love my kids. I love every kid. I teach little babies. I love kids. Yes. Kids are great. I'm a queen of diamonds, and the queen of diamonds is a philanthropist, but a queen of diamonds is also a nurturer to the divine. So when I see a child, I see their gifts. I see their weaknesses. I see where they have confidence, and I see where they need support. And it's an honor to give it. We all have confidence in certain things. We all need support in certain things. And that support comes with a guide. How do I support myself? How do I ask for support when I need it? Yeah. We are all one. All under the eyes of God, under the eyes of Source, under the guides of the universe, under the guides of the Most High, the Creator, the ultimate Creator. All of us have a power within us to make this world operate on a higher vibration.
Yeah.
We can't do that until we know who we are. Some people, as crazy as it may seem, they don't know how to find who they are through the pain. And I wish I could tell you I'm going to come here and I'm going to make it easy and I'm going to make it fun. I'm going to make it simple.
Yeah.
That is what I do. I make it simple, and then I support you when it feels complicated. But it's not really ever complicated, is it?
Nah.
Think about a relationship you've had and you're like, it's complicated. Was it?
Nah, it was.
Was it?
It was the emotional factor.
Yeah.
It's emotional factor. Things in life are simple. It is the emotional factor that makes things harder, seem harder than it has to be. But when you have that understanding of what's actually going on, and like I said before, spiritual study has allowed me to make sense of things. Because for a long time I didn't really understand this world.
Yeah.
But now, right. Tell the people how they can find you. morecardology.com. You can also go on TikTok, that's my favorite place, and find Shelbie More Cardology, same thing on Instagram. Well, my beautiful people, it's been a pleasure today talking to Miss Shelbie Moore. I will see y'all next time. Peace.